If you're having back issues, Dr. Stethem is a chiropractor right here at Yonge and Eglinton, and she tells us about the different services that she and her clinic provides to help people who are having back pain. And she's our guest on today's episode of YYE, Your Yonge and Eglinton. Dr. Stethem, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to be on YYE. Why don't we start off by having you tell us about you and what you do?
Absolutely. So I'm a chiropractor here at the Focus on Health Clinic at Yonge and Eglinton. I'm primarily a manual therapist, but we offer many services here at the clinic.
Perfect. I think most people know, that you hear somebody's a chiropractor, they have a back issue or a bad back. I need to go see a chiropractor. Is it that simple? And you mentioned you offer other services. Why don't you kind of walk us through what that would look like for somebody?
So classically, when patients come into the clinic, they do have some sort of pain, primarily neck, upper back, low back pain. Especially with the pandemic, we're finding a lot of postural strains as well. So usually they come in, we do a complete history and physical assessment to determine which services are appropriate for them.
So pandemic, like a lot of sitting, a lot of computer,
Yes.
a lot of kind of hunched over, that kind of stuff?
Yes, so desk work in general is pretty hard on the body, but especially when everyone was working from home, they didn't have the ideal ergonomic setup. So I was seeing a lot of injuries related to that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I bought myself a standing desk for my office at work, and then I have a lot of my colleagues coming up to me teasing me about it, basically like, you stand all day, or like, but I told one of my friends, because I saw it online, I said, sitting is the new smoking. And he was like, what?
It's true though, and be confident, you're doing the right things.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
From the words of a doctor, I appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
You mentioned other services, decompression laser table is one, and then
Yes.
I think orthotics that you wanted to talk about, so please.
Absolutely. So the manual therapy usually consists of adjustments, mobilizations, postural rehabilitation, and exercise prescription. But there are cases where that might not be necessarily appropriate, or we also introduce that laser-assisted decompression table. So what that does is it essentially tractions the spine with the laser happening at the same time. And it can be treating the neck, upper back, low back, hip or knee, but particularly low back with disc herniations or disc bulges, it can be quite effective. So it's a great thing to incorporate when it's appropriate.
And traction, I know we were talking earlier, just to kind of clarify, traction is like a gentle pulling kind of thing to kind of like relieve pressure, I guess, on certain spots.
Exactly. So the patient would lay down on the table, they would be strapped in and very secure, and it's very controlled. What I really like about the table is we can put in the exact amount of pull and release, so it's very controlled and done properly.
As opposed to somebody asked you, why don't I just hang put myself upside down at home?
Yes.
Right, and
Yes.
that's just gravity, right? Like that's just one big pull kind of all at once kind of thing, which may not be appropriate at all for somebody.
Exactly, and then we can, if somebody does need more pressure, we can incrementally build up, so you're not running that risk of aggravation. So we do custom orthotics here. We have a 3D imager, which we actually take a 3D image of the person's foot. So when the insole comes in, it's structurally perfect for their foot. So every step you take, your foot is being supported from the ground up. And Yonge and Eglinton and Toronto is such an active city, you should have proper footwear when you're out and about exploring.
I want to thank you so much for your time. It's been a very informative, few minutes. Why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Absolutely. Well, there's a few different places. Instagram, you're welcome to reach out to me. I am dr.lauren.stethem. You can message me or to set up an appointment if you like. We also have our website is www.thetorontocchiropractor.com, or feel free to email me at drlaurenstethem@gmail.com.
Perfect. And you're also located right at the corner of Yonge and Eglinton.
Right at the corner, the northwest corner of Yonge and Eglinton.
In the Yonge and Eglinton Center.
Yes.
20th floor.
The elevators bring you up to the 20th floor.
Perfect.
Best way to find us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.